Okay, today's lesson is themes of geography. So if you don't have your notebook, you're going to want to get out your notebook and take notes over this. This video will be available for you as long as you need to take notes. You can pause it to go back and look at slides. All right, so there are 5 themes of geography, and we will get into each and every one of these with examples. So the first one is location, place, human environment interaction, movement, and region. So the first one is location. Location is a way of locating things. So there's 2 different versions of location that you're going to need to know about. The first one is absolute location, which is the exact location. So think of this as you plug it into your phone and it's going to take you exactly to where you need to be. It'll take you exactly to the Sonic that you need to get to with the address, and it'll tell you exactly where to turn, things like that. Relative location is where things are relative to other things. So for instance, you could say Quick Trip is east of Oregon Trail. If you don't know where Oregon Trail is, it's going to be hard to know where Quick Trip is. So relative location only works if you kind of know what's around. For instance, you could say Olathe is south of Kansas City. If you don't know where Kansas City is, that's going to be hard to know where Olathe is. So there's absolute location, the exact location, think of your GPS on your phone, and relative location, where things are in relationship to each other. The next theme is place. Now, place often gets really confused with location. Think of place as the characteristics of a location. What's it going to look like when I get there? What makes that location unique from different places? So for instance, my example is the Southwest US is home to the Grand Canyon. If you look at that photograph, you realize that that is nothing like what we have in Olathe, Kansas. So that area of the country is unique because of the characteristics such as canyons. Another example of place would be New York City. If I were to talk about New York City with the theme place, I would say it's tall buildings, a lot of people, loud. Versus maybe in the middle of a field in Iowa, I might say characteristics of that place for the place theme might be open, big sky, cornfields. Okay, what makes that place different? What am I going to see here when I get there? The next is human environment interaction. This one kind of speaks for itself. It explains how people affect the environment. So this could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. A lot of times our head goes straight to a bad thing, but sometimes we do help the environment. An example is building a dam to change the flow of a river. We often think about cutting down trees, using all of the resources, but there are some good things. Maybe humans are helping an animal's habitat or something like that. Another way to think of human environment interaction is when you think about how you are literally physically interacting with the environment. So let's just say, especially these early mornings, it's been cold out. So you're not going to walk outside and walk to school in flip-flops and shorts and a tank top. You will interact with the environment by wearing a jacket. So there's kind of 2 different ways to look at this. How are humans interacting with the environment? The next theme is movement. So this is big movement. It explains how people, ideas, products, and animals move from one place to another. So I want you to think about this on a big scale. Movement is not, oh, my cousin moved from Montana to Kansas City. That is not movement. That is physical movement. Yes, they are moving, but we're talking on a larger scale. For instance, the wildfires on the West Coast. There's big movement there. The animals that lived in those forests are all having to move to a new habitat. So that's big movement. Think about your shoes or the shirt you're wearing right now. That could have been produced in China, in Taiwan, and it was shipped on a cargo ship or plane and shipped to America to whatever store you bought it. So that's a big movement. The example I have on the screen is religion. Religion often started in Asian countries or European countries, and then they spread all across the world. So that's big movement of ideas is religion. So again, think of movement as large scale, large ideas, large group of people, large groups of animals that are moving from one place to another. And the last one is region, a group of places that have common characteristics. So, for instance, the North American region includes Canada, United States, and Mexico. Okay, that's the North America region. If you want to think smaller scale, you could think of the Midwest. Kansas is located in the Midwest of America. If you want to think even smaller scale, you could think of the feeder middle schools that go into Olathe West. That's a region. So a group of places that have a common characteristic. Anything they have in common can work. New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, that area of the world over here, often that's called New England. So that's a region of the country, okay? There's the Southeast, there's the Southwest. All regions can kind of be big or small. So here's Mr. Lip. You guys will get to know Mr. Lip. This is going to help you remember those 5 themes of geography. Movement is M, R is region, location is L, human environment, interaction is the I, and P is place. So you'll hear more about the Mr. Lip contest, but this is my quick drawing of Mr. Lip. Okay, so those are the 5 themes of geography.